Now that Destiny Rising has been out for a little bit, I do want to go ahead and update my tier list. I've seen some other people updating theirs, and I feel like it's about that time that I do the same. We're going to do this in S, A, B, C, and sort of like a question mark tier, or just like unclear, which we're actually not even going to need that one. But let's jump straight into it right now. So again, it's very important when you do a tier list on any game that I've found that you should go ahead and clarify what you're voting, like what the ranking purpose is. It's because if you just say it's for all classes, like for all purposes of the game, it gets very subjective. I'm going to re-ranking these heroes based off the perfect scenario for them. Okay, so like right now, Hellhest is obviously going to be S tier on almost everyone's because she's the best at what she does. Period, bar none. Power creep incoming. But she's quite literally the best. But I want to go ahead and say if it's impact or rapid fire, if it's the best possible option in case scenario for each of these heroes, where would I rank them? Okay. So that's what I'm using as a threshold. Again, we're not talking about PvP. This is all PvE. I'm thinking, whether it be Calamity Ops or your timed runs for your legendary campaign missions or your raids, whatever it is, just the perfect scenario where you're going to be going up against Shinkas of their specific niche. Okay, so let's move on. First things first, Hellhest is the newest hero in the game, and she is literally fantastic. She is, just bar none, she's S tier. She is so strong. The bow is a nice addition to the game. It gives enough damage without making it feel like it's lackluster, but it's also so unique in the way and how you use it. You can of course make it pierced and charge it and make it more pierced, or you can sort of tap on it and then or click your shooter trigger or your mouse, whatever you're using, to shoot and do it a little bit faster. And it actually does the same amount of damage, which not a lot of people realize. You don't have to fully cock that thing back. You get a little bit more damage, but not enough to make it worth the speed you do if you're just tapping it. A little bit of trajectory, which just goes to show you like the level of detail that we have in Destiny Rising. They get to actually use the trajectory of the arrows. Super cool. Love it a lot. She's S tier. Again, piercing is obviously right up her niche. She does really good at it. And if you make a perfect build for her, she does some insane damage. I cannot wait for the next raid to come out, whenever that might be, because I guarantee you she's going to be on everyone's must-have list. She has that support capability of giving you ammo, the heavy ammo. She's really good. She heals on top of her insane damage. And it's very predictable damage. It has a lot of burst potential with like the ramping up. She's S tier. Let's go ahead and go in order of, we'll throw it around a little bit. So Umiko is, I guarantee I'm going to butcher some of these names. She is very interesting at what she's good at. So I'm gonna put her up here so you can see who I'm looking at. She is, gives you some speed boost ability. She has like the spinning star that she can do as well. She has she's void as well. I was looking at Hellhest, but she is void. She has the same utility in terms of Tan2. Where would I put her? Again, I don't think you're going to be seeing very many, if any, of the purple units or 4-star units in S tier. They're just not there for obvious reasons, it feels like. There might be a case for Wolf, but we'll talk about him in a little bit. Umiko, though, is a very, very solid 4-star. I never get sad. Like if I'm running Calamity Ops and she can be in piercing, I never get upset by her being there. Being void right now doesn't feel good, but again, this is assuming the perfect scenario. So if it was void and piercing, or just piercing in general and not a specific element, she's really good. And I'm sure there's going to be, again, in a perfect scenario, she's solid. So I'm going to go ahead and put her, I could go A for her. I'm going to put her in A and just see how that feels as we continue to go, and I might change it. Again, we don't even need this one. Delete row. So we're just gonna call it A, B, and C. I don't think anyone is actually in D at all, but so we're just gonna use these four. Now let's go to Estella. Now Estella was recently buffed. Okay, so she actually got a pretty nice buff and a new exotic heir apparent that is actually really good for her. And so she was not underperforming on the damage scale, but she was heavily reliant on her abilities to basically do all the damage. And now that her weapons are, well, kind of buffed, she's really, 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 really good. And like, I didn't notice her being bad by any means or like lackluster. I also didn't feel like it was too big of a power creep when Hellhest came, and I still saw a ton of Estellas being ran. But yeah, after post buff Estella, I think is S tier. Okay. I think she just can't beat her for what she does. I think you're going to see one other 5-star that actually will kind of compete with her. Her really only lack side, and again, I'm going to be putting them in rank, like, so this is like the highest S tiers on the far left, and then the far lower right, they go the less S tier they are. So if they see someone far left, that means they're better than everyone else in their row. You're going to see someone else who is better because of movement ability, and because she has none. She literally has none, but she does a ton of damage. And you were seeing a lot of people use her, obviously, in the raids and stuff like that. So there's that. This chick, I don't even remember her name. What is it? I think I got the game pulled up. Where is she? Where are you? Finala. How could I forget? Finala is just tragically bad. She's so bad. I hate her so much. She has the sword as her primary. She has Wolf's SMG, and there's only one SMG in the game. She's just bad. She's just bad. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I think she's awful. Period. Nothing more to discuss. She's C tier. Moving on. Gwen is the other limited time 5-star that we had at the game. She was the first one, the goth mommy that everyone was sort of hyped about. She was one who built sort of the hype around the game when it came to the gacha system or whatever. She's really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put her right here next to Yolder, because she does have a movement ability, like with her little teleport. She does have sustain with her healing, and she does do a shit ton of damage, and her impact damage is quite literally crazy. She does get some ramping up damage, and her main weapon can feel very underwhelming until you get that ramp up damage. Also, this is not an ad for anything under here. I just don't have the paid version of Tier Maker. But again, I do think, a perfect world, if it's impact, who do I want? It's going to be Gwen every single time. At least so far, there is no one else that I would rather have. I'm going to put Gwen up here in the S tier. Again, assuming a perfect sort of environment, if you will. Not just the current environment, but assuming the perfect environment. But I am going to put Gwen ahead of Estella. And that might be kind of wild to some of you. But I think Gwen, again, in an impact, and if it's a perfect situation for her specifically and Estella, I think Gwen adds more value holistically than Estella does if they're both have the perfect niches or perfect setups for them. My opinion. Moving on. Wong Wei, I think is how you say his name. I'm actually going to put him at B tier above Finala because I've seen some people build him and actually kind of do work. So I have not used him at all, like quite literally at all, not put a single essence of anything into him. But based off other either clips or videos or things that I've seen, I am going to put him above Finala and put him right here at B. Moving on, let's go ahead and do another 4-star since we have more 4-stars. What is her name? Oh my God. I always put on the spot. I always forget people's names. Ikora. So Ikora is one that she is a spread unit. She has the grenade launcher, the single launch grenade launcher. And she does have a pretty sick exotic for a rocket launcher as a primary, which is the twin-tailed fox or something like that. Is it twin-tailed fox? What is it called? Two-tailed fox. So you can see light grenade launcher, rocket launcher. The two-tailed fox is insane. It does stupid amounts of damage. What are we doing over here? Oh, I can actually do this. Let's do that. Need this one. Now we're just going off the rail here. Where is it? What? Oh, it was already on it. Okay, cool. So anyway, I do think it's super duper good, like insanely good. The light grenade launcher, like, don't get me wrong, it does good damage. Like, the weapons that she has is actually kind of crazy, but her abilities are so underwhelming. Like the combination is really good if you need to like then grenade launch them, but the cooldowns is what is so bad. So like the bunching together and then using it, like that idea is there and it's actually pretty good. But then in her ultimate does the most single target damage or the most damage that any ultimate has, but it moves so slow that even in PvE, the ads will just move out of the way or the boss will just move out of the way. And you're like, I'll see you in 20 minutes when I get that back. So I'm going to put her, but again, she serves a purpose in spread. There was a timed legendary campaign for her. So again, assuming perfect environment, she actually is pretty good at spread. I'm going to put her right here. All right, moving on now. Ningfei. This is another easy one in my opinion. Ningfei is still the guy when it comes to Calamity Ops. Nobody can do rapid fire or most things faster than Ningfei. Even if he is not in a perfect situation, people are still using him for almost anything in the game because of just how good his movement speed is and his overall damage. He is him on multiple levels. I think he is number one, only two. I guess he's number two, only to Hellhest. This is the lineup that I would do for S tiers. Again, post buffs for everyone. I think that, again, I'm saying that this is not just in what the current meta for what is available to us in game. This is if everyone had their perfect scenario, perfect buffs and debuffs for them. I still think this is it. You know, I think Ningfei is him. He's that guy. He's that guy. You could basically max out a Ningfei and be good at probably 80% of the content in Destiny Rising. That's how good he is. And they've made it very clear they don't want to have one character just rule them all, but they did. And they have him out at launch. And his name is Ningfei. I've almost fully maxed out his exotic crossbow. I think I need one more of it to fully upgrade it. And then after that, he's fully kitted. I need one more talent tree on him. And then he has all his talents as well. Like I really lean into Ningfei because of how good he is. Now, moving on. We have Atal. I'm not an Atal fan, like at all. I don't think she's as bad as others. I think I'm going to put her here and feel pretty good about that. I think she has a purpose. She has a heal. A lot of people like her in PvP, which is not what we're talking about right now. But again, for piercing, what's her secondary item? I always forget. Oh, the linear fusion rifle. The hand cannon is fun, and then the linear fusion rifle is a thing as well. You don't need to feel bad about having it, but yeah, she's right there. She's piercing, and the hand cannon is different, and for that reason, I kind of like it. But there's so many better arc options. So even in a perfect lineup, and she just got power crept like all get out from Hellhest. So Hellhest is just immensely better in every single way in fashion. So that's why Hellhest is up there, and she's down here. All right, moving on. Let's do Yolder. So Yolder does a lot of things really, 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 really good. Now, the good thing is if you are leaning into Ningfei and you get the coffee, the SMG coffee, you can also use it on Yolder. There's a little bit of weirdness with the elements types being wrong for Yolder. But again, it is such a good SMG. The output and the damage is just sick. And if you get the best rolls on it and fully upgrade that bad boy, you're going to feel really good on basically any class that can use an SMG. So that's what we're using on Yolder. That's what I'm using on Yolder. Her sword, I currently have the exotic equipped. I've seen people run the Huckleberry. That feels like probably a better option for her. And then the flame sword that is almost as good as the exotic. But again, I think she's really, really good. And I've seen more and more people use her. In fact, there's content creators that only use her. Shout out to them. I think that she is A tier. I think she is, again, if I want an impact unit, I'm going to go with Gwen. If I want a rapid fire unit, I'm going to go with Ningfei or Estella. So again, in a perfect environment, perfect situation, I still think that there are other options better than Yolder. But I still think she's at the highest end of A tier, just below S tier, but the highest of A tier based off my tier list. And again, assuming perfect scenarios for everyone. If I need a rapid fire, she's just not the first or even second one I'm going to be going for. Caber. So Caber again got, I don't want to say power crept, but yeah, kind of power crept by Stella. Excuse me. His shield is really sick. He actually does a lot of damage, and he has a lot of usability. If you worked or developed your caber, you don't have to feel bad about that. He has a really really good kit, and yeah, I mean I got mine fully talented up, and I never really used him except like in the really really early game. So I think that he's still. I feel this feels insulting, so I'm gonna put him here. Do I put him in front of? No, I'm gonna keep Umiko there because I value her speed so much higher than I value everything else I'm getting out of Caber. So again, I think Caber is very, very good. He's going in A tier behind these two. Now let's go to Tan 2. So Tan 2 came out obviously with the game. He is a piercing unit. I used the Borealis on him, which feels really good because I used him for a long time as my main for basically anything. If you wanted to only invest into one character or like work on one character, Tan 2 felt like a good option because he could heal, he could damage. The Borealis can do any element and still be piercing. His primary was also very solid as well. There's different builds if you do like the other sniper. What is it called? I always forget the name of it. It's right here. The 4,000 side rail year, whatever. Super super good option as well. Again, the total lockdown is him as well. You can see I got perfect rolls and all this stuff, and I feel really good about it. But yeah, I used him for the first raid and didn't regret any of it actually. He's super super good, but then just got power crept like all get out with Hellhest. Hellhest does more healing. She has more sustainability. She has movement, which Tan 2 doesn't have, which does feel bad on Calamity Ops. And most things in this game for endgame are racing or are timed things that you need to move fast. If you don't have movement ability, then it does feel very, very punishing. And again, his biggest thing was that he could heal and damage. Well, she does that and better. So I do think he got power crept. I do think that he has a place still behind Yolder. I mean, hell, I might even go this, believe it or not. Yikes, that actually feels like it makes more sense. Damn, I can't believe that actually. I can't believe I just did that. But yeah, I think that Umiko is better than Tan 2. Again, in a perfect environment for both characters. The lack of movement speed just hurts a lot. And I think that obviously Umiko did not come out with a game launching, and he did. And I spent a lot of resources on him. And I hate to say it, like I kind of regret it. These are resources that I could have used on other characters. And yeah, I don't hate him as a character. I like his sniper. I like having a sniper. That was a fun mechanic in the game. But there's others now that are just better. Yeah, and for piercing, he's being used. Don't get me wrong, but like I would much rather have a Hellhest, and if Void was also viable right now, then I would rather have an Umiko for the movement speed. The movement speed is just that good. Last but not least is going to be Wolf. Wolf is one of those characters that is very kind of niche in his own way, in the way that he is one of only a few that has the spread, right? So he does have the spread not element, I guess feature, but he also has the SMG or auto rifle, excuse me, that has the rapid fire. So he has a very unique kit, and I think that he will eventually be power crept, but not yet. You fully max out his talent tree by competing in the campaign, which you do get a lot of uses from. Again, in a perfect world where I need rapid fire or spread, at least right now, as of the time of this recording, he's the best for spread. So if it's a spread and I need spread, I'm using Wolf way over this chick. I hate her so much. But if I need rapid fire, I'm picking Ningfei, I'm picking Estella. Hell, I'm probably even picking Yolder first. But he's not bad. I think that he has a place, and he's probably somewhere right here to me. I'm gonna put him here and feel kind of good about that, I think. Although no, I mean, if we're assuming a perfect environment for everyone, I do think Wolf is more viable than a Tan 2 right now, and that sucks because look, my Tan 2 is no slouch. I mean, you can see I got the seasonal levels on them on a seasonal level gear. You can see I got the perfect rolls on these. Like I went in on him, man. I went in. And then the Borealis, you can see I can upgrade it more, but I went pretty far. Like these are all resources I would love to get back. But yeah, this is where we're at, and it doesn't feel good, but he got power crept real hard, and I do think that Wolf will also get power crept in the very near future. I think that is the next thing that we're going to see happen in the game. I do think the next character is well, I forgot his name, or her, their name, but it is Spread. I haven't covered it, but anyway, I think that that's going to be the next character that comes to the game. Avoid Spread, and I think it's going to hurt Wolf a lot. There you go. This is my tier list, guys. Again, I can't stress it enough. I know I'm going to get roasted for this at some way and somehow in the context of it, in the comments section of the video. This is assuming a perfect environment for all of these heroes, okay? So if everyone is in, like, if anyone is viable or is viable, and this is what we're using them for, this is how I would rank them, right? So at their best possible situation, this is where I would rank everyone. Obviously, the tier list would look dramatically different if I did it for the current season and what is available to us being Piercing, Arc, and Solar. The Voids would be a lot lower. The only S tier would probably be Ningfei and Hellhests. You know what I mean? Like, it would change pretty dramatically. Void, she would not be up here. He would not be up here. But you get the idea. And that's probably more in line with other tier lists that you've seen, is how other people have done it. But this one, again, I took a different approach. So hopefully you guys understand that before you roast me in the comment section below. Now, that's it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. And yeah, you do have a very limited amount of time to grind a very specific event in the game. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, click on this video right now so that you don't miss out on some pretty insane rewards for literally nothing except for your in-life, in-game time. Click on it right now. No Pinnacle Energy Farm. Click on it right now.